Alright. No more bikes. This protected by F around find out surveillance. That's all private property there. That used to be, I used to be the old dump years ago. I used to work down there. There was an old dump down there. No bikes. No bike parts. But now I know anyway. But now I'm overheated, soaking wet. It's raining. Now we must go home now. Empty-handed. Oh well. It happens. Yeah. See, because recycling's the new norm now, right? So people throw things away, but you don't get the benefit of being to pick off the bones of the old bikes. Sometimes you get better parts. So that's the downside anyway. So it's about 3 kilometers back home. Mostly downhill, so that's good. But the downside is the brakes aren't so great on this, eh? So that's why I'm staying on the Shabby side. Oh, I saw a Canada sticky there. But it's an adventure. So at some point when I go to upgrade bikes, like what kind of bike do you buy? The Canadian Tire bikes, number one, everything there is too heavy. It's just too heavy. Like, it's cheap and it's reliable. Like, I mean, these super cycles, they last forever. I mean, they do. It's just the only problem is that you there's a pretty good hill coming here, so there's horse flies and deer flies. I want to get out of them. But oop, butterfly. Oh, these poor butterflies over there. Start off. Don't let the brakes get too hot. Too late. So he's probably saying, well, Reg, why not just let this thing howl down the hill? Well, I've played that game before, and I've played it in the rain before. And ride my back brake about halfway down the hill, and then I'll let her go because that's why. That's why I don't just let her go. Because I have to be on this, right? And what did we see on the way up? Soft beach sand. Right around here, right? So you're coming down this thing at rocket speed, okay? And all those guys are coming up behind you. They have to stay, they can't, the other guys are coming up, right? They can't move over. Guess where you go? You're going to pick up a couple of you're going to pick up some speed for sure, but you're not going to like it, right? That's why you don't do that. It's called thinking ahead a bit. Right? Plus, this stuff is rough, and you can pop a tire. So I'd rather pop a tire at a low speed than a high speed. Plus, I'm away from civilization, so if nobody sees me going off the road, you know, the vultures will have a good meal, I guess. But what I'm saying is, you got to think these things through. Like, if you're with somebody that could at least call for help or something to get hurt, right? Like, don't take unnecessary risks if you don't have to. Now, if I knew there was absolutely no chance of a vehicle coming up behind me, and I rechecked my tire pressure and all that, yeah, I'd frickin' rocket down that thing. I have. I've done it before. But it's just the safety angle. As you see, there's the white line. Here's the ditch. Look at how rough the ditch is, right? and the integrity of these tires. These are cheap super cycle tires. Right? These aren't category 5 trail 5 black diamond kind of whatever they're calling the trails nowadays. The stuff you die on, you know what I mean? Like these tires aren't meant for that. They're just meant for some kid to do this, right? So that's why I don't just let her howl. So, you know, I am still kind of dumb, but I'm not as dumb as I used to be, you know what I mean? So yeah, cycling in the rain. When it's hot and muggy. I'm going ring number 2. Gotta get some speed going. Now a shoulder like this, okay, and you're there. The people coming up behind you got a place to go. Yeah, let's put her in the big ring. Put her on the big ring now. Now here I'm gonna zip her up. Why? Because I want to get home, get my hair wet. Looks like a drowned duck. Oh, that's nice and cool now. Yeah, it's like, it's still muggy, but it's like, there's a nice breeze all of a sudden. But yeah, so this is a neat hill because it's kind of like a gully, so you kind of get speed going both ways. But yeah, the tour to Otter Lake would be like, but the problem is it's a 90, like this is a highway. This is not a 50 zone. This is a highway, right? It's 90 kilometers here. So you got to kind of think law of tonnage. So, but the route itself, it would test the mightiest of hill climbing cyclists for sure if they wanted to do that 28 kilometers. I don't think there's anybody in the world that could do it under an hour, just because of just the Laureate Hill alone. You know, the other side of the Laureate Hill, yeah, you're going to come down that thing at rocket speed, like speeds that will scare you, where it gets so scary you don't even want to touch the brakes. You know, if you've ever been on a bike going that fast, that was my Peugeot, where it was coming down the side of the Gatineau Hills there. There was one trail, and of course we started hitting the freaking switchbacks halfway down, and I'm like, but I just, like, I so close to rear-ended my buddy, and we were both like braking, you just hear for about, you know, 15 seconds, finally got slow enough, it's like, made the turn. If not, we were both dead. Like, it was like, okay, if we go through that, crash through that barrier, we're going down the side of a mountain, like at really, really bad speeds. Yeah, so there's more of the Dreamy Estate stuff there. I don't know, I don't like all these people moving up here. It's not the country anymore. You know what I mean? Getting too busy. But yeah, no, that bike was scary fast. Like, that bike, you had to think ahead of it. It was kind of one of those bikes, and motorbikes are like this too. When you get really fast motorbikes, you got to kind of think ahead of them. If your head's not clear, you don't go riding. Where a bike like this, you want to clear your head, you go riding, right? Because you can manage it. Even with the crappy brakes, you can manage it. But hills like this would take away your brake power pretty quick though. And these brakes are full, like they're that's just all you get out of these rim brakes on a wet day, you know, on a bike that's about a size or so too small for me. That's why I'm so hunched over. But yeah, now that mountain bike that I was looking at this morning, that guy could go on this without worrying about anything, because he had the tires for it, the suspension for it, and he had disc brakes. So in this kind of weather, see, like, you can't really see it, but right about center here, there's like a slick, right? And you could spin out so easy on that. So I'm all the way over here. Those guys are hitting the yellow line just to give me room. So if somebody's coming the other way, this is why I'm very, I don't have that cyclist entitlement mentality. That's my right to be here, blah, blah, blah. No. The guys coming around the corners, like if I'm here and somebody moves out over there and somebody's coming around the corner, they're going to hit head on. And that'll be my fault, not theirs. Why? Because they're trying not to hit the idiot on bicycle, right? So be courteous, even if you have the right to be there. You know, you got to think like that person. You know, like, I mean, they didn't have to move over for me, but they did. Well, actually, technically by law, they have to move over 1.5 meters, which puts them right in the middle of the lane there, right? So, yeah. I'll tell you one thing, it's a lot faster coming back. We're at my big hill. Now this one, I've howled off of this one with some bikes that were really sketchy. I had a banana bike that I converted into